Hello tubers, it's your crazy British bloke. Well, it's, what is it, Sunday afternoon, isn't it? Hey? I've been running around a lot the last couple of weeks and at weekends as well. Haven't had a lot of time to do other things, so I took the day off. So let's have a look what I do on my day off, eh? Well, first of all, Blokes having a nice drinkies, right? What I'm having is a James Ready, and I'm mixing it with a Strongbow cider. We call that in England a snake bite. What do you call it, Trace?
Snake bite.
A snake bite, yeah. It's nice, isn't it?
Sneaks up on you.
Sneaks up on you and bites you.
Yeah.
So that's what we're having a drink, a few of those. It's really hot here today, and they said it's 30 something, and it's going to, well, they say thunderstorms, but I don't know. So I'm going to do a bit of cooking today, because I've missed that. I've done it for a while. So what we're going to do, let me show you. I got this, look, pork tenderloin. Now I think I'm only going to use one, okay. I think that'd be enough, the little recipe I want to do. And I'm going to use tin foil and the old Vermont casting out there. So what I'll do is wrap one of these up, take a bit of fat off it and everything, wrap it up in some tin foil, cut it first, put some bit of oil and some pepper and salt on it, and I've got some real butter here, unsalted butter, and some of this garlic, okay. I like buying it like this because we do eat a lot of garlic, right? We like that in our food. It's good for you. So I put that in there, make it like a big tenty thing, yeah, big one, and then put it on barbecue and cook it really slowly. Then when it's cooked, we're going to have some vegetables with it. What we're going to have is we're going to have some potatoes done with a bit of butter and a bit of pepper and that. New potatoes. I'm going to, once this is done and it's all like nearly cooked, I'm going to make a sauce for it first. I'm going to use this garlic and olive oil, tomatoes, with a little bit of this sauce, which is, now let me turn it around to the English side. There, 4 cheeses one, right? Which you've used for your pasta sauce. I'm going to use that to thicken it a little bit. Then I'm going to chop up some of these mushrooms. They're going to go in it. Some scally onions, as you say in England, and chop a little bit of celery into it. Put that in probably last so it keeps crunchy. And then when that sauce is sort of made and simmered down, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese in it to give it a bit of flavour, and then drop in this when it's cooked, like slice it up into little slices and put it in there, and it should make a really nice meal. So a little bit experimental, we'll see how it goes. If anyone else has got a good spin on this, let me know. And you've seen before, I do the skewers with the pork and that. I'll show you when I get it going, okay? Okay then tubers, have a look. I've got it in the barbecue. I put it in a tent like I said. There's lots of space in there for it to keep moist. I've got the barbecue set at really low. That should run at about 350 to 400. So, you know, it's really hot out of the day, really hot. I'm going to go in and make the sauce for it and get that going, then I can pop this in. I don't want to fully cook this, I want it like 3/4 so I can warm it through in the sauce and keep it nice and moist. And yes, the air conditioning is running flat out, and yeah, it costs lots of money, doesn't it? But I'd rather be cool than bloody sweating. Right, let's go and get the sauce ready. Right, I've got the new potatoes on. They're going to boil soon. They're going to add to the mix. I've got the big skillet out, and I've got some butter, some olive oil, a bit of salt and pepper, and a great big heap of that garlic in there. And I'm now going to put the vegetables in. I'm going to put in the onions first and get them right down, and the mushrooms. I'm going to leave the celery until I get the meat in there, so the celery stays a bit crunchy. And I've got to add the this tomato stuff over here. I'll show you in a sec. Well, the onion is now fried off with the garlic, with a little bit of oil and butter. And I've got to put the mushrooms in now. But first of all, you don't want to like fry the mushrooms off, you want to stew them down. So first of all, we're going to put this can in here. And this is, like I said, it's like one of them accent ones. It's got garlic and olive oil in that. So I'm going to put that in there first, the whole can. all the juices. We're going to try and simmer this down, yeah? Like sweat it down, that's the idea. Get rid of that. We're going to give it a little stir. And I'll have to grab the camera here so I don't get in the way of the microphone. So then we're going to stir that in. Alright. So it stops sizzling now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to throw all the mushrooms in, all these nice mushrooms into that. There's a lot, and they will stew down, yeah? Looks a lot, but they're going to end up a lot smaller when they're finished. It's very awkward trying to do this with a camera. Maybe I should have got the tripod out, but I couldn't be bothered. So there you go. Hope you're watching this one, Adam. Maybe you can do a little spin on this one, eh? See what you can do with it. See how you come up. You know, you make this much, buddy, and it would do you for the whole bloody week, I think. Right, so we're just going to get this sort of put into it, yeah? And then maybe I'll put the lid on for a little while, on a very low, and let this simmer in. See how the mushrooms, because they're quite dry, they take up all the sauce, yeah? But in a little while it should be a bit runny again. We'll have to keep checking on it. You need it on a low heat. I've got this on. What have I got it on? I've got it on about 4. I might be able to turn it down a little bit. Don't want to like kill it, so we turn it down at 3. This is on the big burner, the gas burner. I don't think I'll put the lid on yet. I'll watch it for a little while. Now remember, we've got this sauce over here that we're going to put into thicken it up and give it a little bit more flavour, and we're going to put this lot in at the end because I want these crunchy at the end, because that'll always taste good. And you can always add a little bit of olive oil and a bit more butter if you need to. Bloke likes a lot of butter, that's why he's a fat bastard. Anyhow, we'll get back to that in a minute. We're going to go and check the meat. Get a little update on the sauce. As you can see, it's the mushrooms are sweated down nicely. They need a little bit more, not too much though. And then we're going to have to wait for the pork and cut it all up, put sauces from the pork into it, and sort of near the end of it we're going to put the celery in and just soften up a bit. I want it crunchy a little bit. That'd be really good. Yeah, it's doing really well. What else? Yeah, we're going to use that sauce, this sauce over here, like I said, just to help it thicken it, because that will thicken it up a little bit, yeah? And I'm going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there, and I think it's going to be really nice. I really do. Can't wait. I'm bloody starving now. I've had a couple of beers and I'm right ready for it. So look, I'll show you again in a minute. Right, so the pork's been in that little thing for about, well, over 45 minutes, and it's very hard to judge it. Remember, this is experimental what I'm doing, and what I've done is I've taken it out of the thing. I put all the juices into that pan, and I'm just going to try and brown it off. So it was a little bit tender inside, a little bit pink, and I didn't want it pink, right? So I've turned the barbecue right up to full, to high, and we're just gonna, I'm just sort of frying it off a little bit, yeah? I think it's gonna be good. Just gonna do it a couple of times, and then we'll take it and we'll cut it up. So I'll show you, oh, sorry about that. I'll show you when we get back to that, right? Right, there's your pork loin. Yeah, I had a barbecue a little bit, was a little bit tender. We took it out. Probably wants about, what do we say, Trace? Wants a good hour, doesn't it? At 45, and it would have been okay. Yeah. I took it a little bit early, so I just put it on the barbecue and browned it off, and it's cooked now. It's really good. Now I'm going to put it into this, and then we're going to bubble it down a little bit, and then, like I said, we're going to put some of that sauce in. So let me shove it in there and show you what it looks like. Right, so we've got the pork in there. It's in there somewhere, and it's like just simmering away nice, and all the pork's regenerating, shall we say, and getting all nice and moist. And next thing, I'm going to put some of this sauce in there, thicken it a little bit, because it is quite runny, right? Now just thicken it up a little bit with a little bit of the cheese. and I'll dump the celery in at the end, then I'll show you. Okay? Right then, I'll have to admit, I used a little bit of cornstarch just to thicken up the sauce a little bit, because that red sauce didn't quite do it. And now I've put in the celery. This is right at the end, and it's going to warm that through a bit and keep it a little bit crunchy. But as you can see, it's quite a nice sauce, yeah. Wicked, eh? Okay. Don't know. There's my spin on it a bit. I'll show you when I get it on a plate. Because I know there's a load of you out there that like cooking and like doing different things. So, I don't know, maybe you can try this one. Don't know. I'll show you when it's on a plate. Right then, tubers, everybody's been fed, they're all eating. Let me show you my plate. There you go. Got some potatoes with mine, because I like a few potatoes. That came out absolutely brilliant. Adam, if you're out there, there's my spin on pork loin. Let's see what you can do with it. There's a little, what do you call it? Challenge, shall we say, Trace?
Sure.
A little challenge, and anyone else out there? Show me what you can do with a pork loin. I've shown you skewers, and now I've shown you this. So, yeah, we're all eating up. It's really good. It's going to be great, tasty, and I'm going to go down now and eat mine. So I will talk to you lot next time. Bye-bye.